The holidays are often touted as being the most wonderful time of the year. However, if you're like me, someone who is trying to watch their waistline and reach their diet goals, it often was scarier than Halloween. Instead of looking forward to spending time with friends and family, I often felt a sense of dread knowing that the temptation for the best types of food, buttery mashed potatoes, cookies, pie, cookies, I really like cookies, we're gonna be sitting there and just tempting me to break my goals. However, over the years, I've found a couple tips and a couple strategies that really help me stick to my goal, while at the same time enjoying the holidays and really being able to indulge in the miracles of the season, right? So, without further ado, let's get started. So, living in the United States, I just want to make it clear that I celebrate Thanksgiving and Christmas. However, any holiday that you guys celebrate, these tips should be applicable to them. So, any given holiday, if there's going to be some sort of party or a gathering, you know when that day is going to be. So, knowing the date, you should be able to plan ahead and create a strategy on how to best prepare for this ordeal. So, for example, if it's 2 weeks out from a holiday party with your family, you can budget your calories ahead of time in order to create a plan and save up some calories for the party, right? So let's say you're 2 weeks out, 14 days out to prepare. So what you can do is you can set aside 100 calories per given day, and for 100 calories times the 14 days, that's going to give you 1,400 calories to work with. And that should be over half of a day's calories for any dieting person in order to save up and freely use on whatever you want for a party. So 100 calories actually really isn't that much, right? That's like a banana, a little bit more than an apple, right? Half of a cookie. It's really not that many calories to do. So a couple ways you could quickly do this is just go on a 20-minute walk, right? This is something you should be doing anyways, but if you're not, you have some extra room to implement this in order to get those extra calories burned. You can also, if you go on a treadmill, you can set the settings. I know I do a 12% incline at a 3 speed, and I can burn about 100 calories in 10 minutes. And that essentially could just be a warm-up to a workout if you go to the gym anyways, right? So it's something that you can just quickly squeeze in, and over time, you should be able to save up and prep more calories in the future. However, if you don't think you have the time or you don't want to exercise anymore, you can always just eat 100 less. Just skim out a couple things here or there, cut out a beer, don't eat as many carbs, keep your proteins the same. However, try to squeeze out some unnecessary calories that you might not necessarily need to have some guilt-free wiggle room at the party so you can eat and enjoy the holidays how you want. Go gliding in the one-horse sleigh, giddy up the jingle horse. Alright, so now it's the day of the party. You've been working forward a couple weeks, right? You've been saving up calories for that party, whether it's been 100, you could even scale up to 200-300 calories if you are running low on time or you want to create a bigger deficit, up to you. And now it's become the day of the party. What you're going to want to do is some intermittent fasting. So wake up, don't eat breakfast, don't eat lunch, try to save as many calories for the day as you can, right? So if you burn, let's say, 2,500 calories a day and you have that extra 1,400, you're going to be going into this party with an extra 3,900, that took way too long, 3,900 calories for you to spend, which is a lot of calories to spend if a party is going to be just a couple hours long. However, if you really do need to eat something and it's really starting to eat away at you, you can always have a piece of fruit, a salad without any dressing or low-calorie dressings, some protein, a protein bar, right, protein shake. Any of these options would be a good idea because it keeps the calories very low. However, it keeps your hunger levels low as well, so you get the best of both worlds. Always make sure that you're drinking water as well. So most people don't realize that dehydration actually has very similar symptoms to hunger. So when a lot of people eat food thinking they're hungry, they're actually just dehydrated instead, and they're just blowing these calories away. So make sure that you're always drinking water. The scale that I try to go by is if you pee every 2 hours and your pee is clear to light yellow, you should be good to go. So, future editing Talon here. So I realized that I said that your pee should be clear, and I know technically that means you're overhydrated and you should slow down a bit, But in this case, if it comes to saving thousands and thousands of calories, overhydrating for one day might be worth it. But if that's not something you're interested in, don't do it. So yeah, I just want to make that very clear. So let's get back to it. Drinking water also helps expand and stretch out your stomach. In that stretch, your stomach has these sensors or receptors that can sense that stretch, that sends full signals up to your brain saying, hey, we're full, turn off the signals, we can't fit anymore, and it will keep you satiated for longer. Now tip number 3, now we're gonna be a couple hours before the party, maybe 1 hour before, and you need to start pre-gaming, right? Anyone who's experienced the parties knows you gotta pre-game, and when you're going to a holiday party with a bunch of unhealthy food, you gotta pre-game hard. With a salad. That's stupid. So I know. Before you start yelling in the comments that I've been telling you to save calories all throughout the day, now that we're nearing the party, you're gonna want to eat something and invest a couple hundred of those calories you've been saving up in order to save a greater amount later. So let me explain. Before you go to the party, you pre-game with a high protein salad, right? So just go get like a garden salad or a Caesar salad without the Caesar dressing, and you spend about 300, 400 calories on a very high volume, low calorie meal. It's gonna take up room in your stomach. Protein is very hard to digest. It's gonna keep you full, and fiber slows down your digestion. So you're going to end up staying full for longer. You should be going into the party feeling not like extremely full. We wanna save some room for the good stuff, but you should be going in not hungry. You should try to fend off those hunger signals to your brain in order to stop any binge that would come forward. So by potentially sacrificing a couple hundred calories up front, you could be saving yourself 1,000+ calories in the future by not binging on all that greasy, fatty, sugary foods that are gonna be plenty wherever you're going. So really quick, before we go to the next tip and really get into the party, please consider liking this video if you're getting any value out of it, and subscribe for more videos like this. So now, let's get back to the party and figure out what we can do next. Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day, you gave it away. This year, set me from tears, I'll give it to someone special. So now you've arrived at your party, and I'm going to be assuming that you were supposed to bring some sort of dish to contribute, right? So this is a sneaky way for you to bring in a good healthy meal that you can prioritize and binge on, that you really like, without actually showing that you're actively avoiding other people's meals and making them feel bad or making them angry. So this way you can keep to your goals without anybody really noticing. However, if you're not allowed to bring a dish, or people just don't outright want you to, right? I can't cook either, you know who you are. You can follow the rest of these tips in order to be very successful. So let's go to the next one. So now it's the time you've all been waiting for. You're at the party, you said all of your hellos, all those awkward hugs. Now you finally get to the food table, and now you get to reap the benefits of your hard work and preparation. So to start out, you probably should scout out which options are the healthiest. I would recommend going for the high protein, high veggie options. So things like chicken, protein, turkey, especially in the States if it's Thanksgiving, and try to fill up your plate with those instead. Are you guys starting to see a pattern with fiber, veggies, and protein keeping you full? You want to focus on those first in order to fill you up while keeping the calories very low in order to keep you satiated. One thing I want to note, you have to be careful about how these dishes are prepared, right? So if you go for the proteins or the veggies, right, protein could be cooked in a lot of oil that can add a lot of sneaky calories. If you go for like a salad and has a lot of Caesar salad dressing on it, right, that 200, 300 calorie vegetable salad might actually be more like 600, 700, 800. So just be very, very careful with that and be smart with your choices. So once your plate is loaded with these good options and you eat them, right, now you can go and get the good stuff. You put in the work, you put in the effort, and you should be feeling pretty full and pretty good at this point. Now you can go back and eat whatever you want, right? So if you have about 3,900 calories to play with, you ate 300 before you came with that pre-game salad, and let's go really high and say you ate 1,000 for your first plate. You're at 1,300 calories out of your 49 that you have to eat, right? Wait, was it 49? 39. 39 to eat. And here, now you can really enjoy the holidays. Go grab those cookies, go grab that pie, all of those really greasy foods that you really want. Now you can eat them guilt-free, and they should fill you up pretty quickly, and you should have some calories left over even if you do this correctly. So if you have a huge appetite like I do, you might think that 3,900 calories might not be enough. But there's a trick that you can do to trick your brain to think that you're eating more by eating less. And that's by using smaller utensils. If you use smaller plates and smaller forks, spoons, any type of silverware, right, it's gonna take more bites and more times bringing food to your mouth, which makes it seem like you're eating more, and it's also gonna take longer to actually eat that food, giving time for your brain to realize like, hey, we've eaten enough, we're full, right? It takes about 20 or so minutes for your stomach to tell your brain that you're full, and you wanna make sure that you hit that point as efficiently as possible. Also, if you use smaller dishes, it's gonna look like you're holding a lot more food on your plate than you actually do compared to a bigger one, which will make your brain think subconsciously, oh, we're eating a lot more than we actually are. So the final tip that I want to share with you guys is being smart about alcohol. So I could sit here and say just, oh, don't drink, right? Those are all empty calories. Those are all going to be really bad for you. But these are the holidays. You're supposed to spend time and have fun with friends and family. Or even more importantly, if you have to get along with your in-laws, right, it might take a couple of drinks in order for you to do that. So when you go to the liquor cabinet, or in my case, on my side of the family, my aunt's laundry room turns into an entire liquor store. It's important to make really good choices. Some liquors that you want to actively avoid: wine, full calorie pop, any sugary mixtures, juices, which have a lot of sugar, any type of sours, cream, and basically just anything that has sugars and fats from it, you probably want to stay away. The only calories that you want to be consuming are from the alcohol themselves. So some great options are light beer, straight like whiskey or anything on the rocks without any mixtures, seltzers, anything as about a calorie serving about 100 calories is probably going to be a good bet. And plus you get a lot of volume, and as you drink more, you're going to get more filled up to a point. And what I mean by to a point is that alcohol can be an appetite inducer. It can make you actually more hungry, and it also dulls your fullness signals. So your stomach is screaming at your brain like, we are stuffed, we're so full, we can't eat anymore. The alcohol is gonna numb that and you're not gonna feel it, so you're just gonna keep eating and eating. And when you wake up in the morning, your stomach is going to be in literal pain because you have way too much food in there. Alcohol also diminishes your ability to make good choices, obviously. So if you're happy where you are, you're saying, oh, maybe one more cookie won't hurt because you're too drunk to make good rational decisions. That one cookie could lead to 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., right? And now you just ate an extra 1,000 calories without you even realizing that they caught up with you, right? So make smart choices. Don't get too drunk. Get as drunk as you need to tolerate your family. And overall, just really have a good time. So that's it. Those are my tips for you to enjoy your holidays without having to destroy your waistline. And if you like these types of videos, please consider subscribing. Let me know down below which comment you think will be most helpful for you. With that being said, happy holiday, guys. Enjoy it. Fitness and weight loss is supposed to enhance your life, not take it over. So please enjoy it while you can. Just be smart about it. So have a good one. Peace.